Let's now shift focus to Pakistan. It has just lost the Asia Cup and remains in a state of shock. Pakistani players are in introspection mode. They are trying to understand why they were defeated. Pakistani politicians, meanwhile, have replaced them on TVs. They are throwing political googlies to keep the people entertained. Case in point being this statement from Imran Khan, Pakistan's former Prime Minister. In a recent television interview, he hinted at letting the current Army Chief continue his tenure. The same Army Chief who is said to be the reason behind Imran Khan's removal from the Prime Minister's office. Why? Our next report tells you.
Meet Qamar Javed Bajwa, Pakistan's 10th Chief of Army Staff, the most powerful man in the country. But in November this year, Bajwa is set to retire. His tenure is ending, and he has no plans of serving another. Both the Pakistan Army and Bajwa himself have denied all reports of an extension, a decision that has upset Imran Khan. In a recent interview, Pakistan's former Prime Minister suggested that Bajwa should remain the Army Chief until the next general election. Why? Because apparently the country's political atmosphere demands this. We're not saying this, Imran Khan is.
देखिए काबरा मैंने इसके ऊपर कोई तफसील में नहीं सोचा मैंने तो एक पॉइंट सिर्फ ये कहा
प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन वेटिंग है आपको इन चीजों का तो हमें देना है ना जवाब
इसका वकील क्या कहते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल एक्सपर्ट्स क्या कहते हैं मैं नहीं जानता लेकिन मैं सिर्फ आपको ये कह रहा हूँ कि मुल्क एक्स्ट्रॉर्डिनरी सर्कमस्टांसेस का सामना कर रहा है मुल्क के हालात जिस तरह कहता है और कंपाउंड हो गए हैं ये सैलाब से इस दौर में हमें ये सोचना चाहिए कि हमने अब मुल्क को इस दलदल से निकालने के लिए क्या फैसला
सर बात करेंगे ना इससे आप
What you just heard was Imran Khan suggesting that the army chief should remain in office. The same army chief he denigrated and called names. The same army chief who's said to be the reason behind his removal from office. The question is, what explains this U-turn? The answer is politics. You see, Bajwa has been the most influential army chief in recent times. He is popular both at home and abroad. So much so that he even got a 3-year extension from the Imran Khan government. But now a new party is in power, one that has a checkered history with the Pakistan Army. A history of coups and irreconcilable differences. So what Imran Khan is essentially trying to do is sow seeds of discord between the government and the army. Just look at the recent developments. 7 days ago, he said that the Sharif government wants to appoint a favorable army chief, a loyalist who they could control.
और ये दोनों जरदारी और नवाज शरीफ इनकी पूरी कोशिश है कि ऐसा आर्मी चीफ आए जो ये अपना कोई फेवरेट लेके आए ये अपना आर्मी चीफ लाना चाहते हैं क्योंकि पैसा इन्होंने चोरी किया हुआ है ये डरते हैं कि यहां कोई तकड़ा आर्मी चीफ आ गया एक मुहिब्बे वतन आर्मी चीफ आ गया तो वो पूछेगा इनसे तो इस डर से ये बैठे हुए हैं कि ये दोनों मिलकर अपना आर्मी चीफ अपॉइंट करेंगे किसी सूरत इस मुल्क की तकदीर इनके हाथ में नहीं होनी चाहिए इस मुल्क का आर्मी चीफ मेरिट के ऊपर होना चाहिए जो सबसे मेरिट पे है उसको आर्मी चीफ बनना चाहिए किसी की पसंदीदा आर्मी चीफ नहीं होना चाहिए किसी का फेवरेट नहीं होना चाहिए
7 days on, Imran Khan is advocating for Bajwa's term renewal. The intention is clear. He wants to pit the current dispensation against the army by using the excuse of political instability. What's in it for him? Perhaps a chance to reclaim the Prime Minister's seat. It's an open secret that the Pakistan Army installs leaders into office. Imran Khan was the Army's blue-eyed boy. But his interference in the army's affairs led to his fall from grace and office. So by pushing for an extension for Bajwa, he could be trying to regain the lost trust and orchestrate divisions between politicians in Islamabad and the generals in Rawalpindi. As for Shehbaz Sharif, this stunt puts him in a tough spot. He can neither openly refuse to give another term to Bajwa, nor can he openly bat for the appointment of a new army chief. All eyes are now on General Bajwa's next move. If he does decide to seek yet another tenure, it will be interesting to see if Shehbaz Sharif complies. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.